So recently I took a trip to Little Rock, Arkansas. For those of you who don't know, I live in Arkansas. And it was draining. And I got to see family. I was really happy that I got to see my mom. I talked to my brother on the phone. I got to see my aunt. But in general, it was really draining. I was listening to some podcasts on the way up there, and they were pretty uplifting. And then on the way back, I started listening to some anxiety podcasts, and a lot of what they're saying was completely true. Everything that they said basically had to do with the stuff that I go through every day. And this all ties back to going up to Little Rock. Like, I don't typically go anywhere really by myself. And that just stems from me just feeling more comfortable, just being around a safe person, someone that I feel comfortable with, and all that stuff. But I had a long weekend, and while I'm really grateful that I got the chance to hang out with my husband's band and all that this weekend, it was a very long and very grueling weekend. And sometimes I can't be left alone with my thoughts. Like, when I'm home, I can, if something has been bothering me or weighing down on me, I can sit and think about it and realize that, yes, this is a bad thing, but, I can get over this, or I can get past it, or, come up with sort of ways to cope with it. But on a long weekend, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not complaining, but on a long weekend, when his band has 11 members, and, we have to share rooms, all that stuff, I don't really get the time needed to decompress. I usually do it right before bed. I don't get time to sit and just veg out on TV or something to get my thoughts away from anything that I'm having issues with at the time. So by the end of the weekend, I was exhausted, just mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. I feel horrible complaining to my husband all the time about this anxiety problem or that anxiety problem. It just becomes a problem all the time. And I hate burdening him with that kind of stuff. And I know that I know that he would say something if it got to where it was too much for him. Like, he would say, look, I need to decompress for myself or something. But at the same time, it's just so much. It's very hard to explain. Just, even though I want to do these things, I want to go visit my family, and I want to go visit Jerry's family, and I want to go and, go on a vacation, or just go out for a day and have fun. And it's almost like I can't process my thoughts. And I feel like people don't understand that sometimes it takes me a little while to get back into the headspace where, oh, okay, I am alright, I can deal with this, I can deal with what's going on in this. And since I've been trying not to take medicine, or not to take as much medicine as I used to, then my nerves are a little bit more on edge than they used to be. And I'm not blaming that on anybody or anything. It's just something that happens because I have this anxiety, panic attacks all the time. And just listening to the anxiety guru person that I was listening to through my podcast, it really just showed me that there are ways out of it, but I've gotten so stuck in the well, if I have an anxiety attack or if I feel it coming on, then I should just take the medicine and I'll be fine. And I don't like to be in that headspace. Like, I would rather not take anxiety medicine if for some reason. I would rather deal with it and deal with the reason why it's coming about. Like, one example that he used was, here's my child, he has ADD, fix him or give him medicine. I'm like, okay, but why does your child have ADD? Is there a reason? Sorry, my phone just went off. Is there a reason? Is there, and they'll say, oh, well, they're just a bad kid. No, but why are they a bad kid? What is causing this? And it's not always that they're an anxious kid or something bad is going on in the home. It's just that there are times when these kids are not ADHD or ADD. They just have some turmoil going on in their lives. And I feel like that's me. And what they said was that by the time you get older, you should feel like there should be a coping mechanism called like maturation, I think, coping mechanism. And I'm older now. I'm in my 30s. I feel like that should be a thing. Like, why can't I have that maturation why can't I be in that category? Why do I still have to be kind of that child who, I'm not ADD, I never have been, and I'm not, making light of attention deficit disorder or anything like that, but why do I have to be in that kind of sort of kid-like state? Like, I'm 30-something years old, yet I can't get out of my late teens, early 20s as far as anxiety is concerned. And it's irritating, and I know that causes a lot of my stress, which adds to everything else. But it's almost like, what do I do? I can't, when I go out and visit with my family, I love visiting with my family. They're great people. I love visiting Jerry's family. I like going out. But at the same time, it gets to where I'm ready to go home. And I don't think a lot of people understand that a lot of the reason why I don't necessarily feel comfortable in the place we're living now is because when I'm with my family, not saying that Jerry's family is not my family, all I'm saying is that when I'm with my immediate family, I feel more comfortable. I feel more at ease. I can be more myself. I can feel like they understand what's going on because they have been along for the ride. They understand my whole entire life, not just from when me and my husband got together, but they know me from birth. And I'm definitely not blaming my in-laws for anything because it's not their fault that they didn't know me since birth. I mean, I can't fault them for that, but that's the reason why. It's one of the reasons why being where we live now is not an ideal situation, and then being in sort of the central Arkansas area is sort of an ideal situation. And it has nothing to do with hating anyone or anything like that. It more has to do with me feeling like I can control parts of my life, or I can feel like if something happens, my mom will be there. And even if something bad happens and my mom won't be there, I know that I just feel at home when I am in the Central Arkansas area. And I feel basically like my head is just spinning while I'm living where we're living now. And I know that we can't change it right now. I know that we can't do anything to make things ideal right now, and I understand that. I promoted, I really wanted my husband to get this job down here. I thought it was a good opportunity, and I never want to hold him back from anything. And that's one of the big reasons why we're still here. And I never want to hold him back. But at the same time, the selfish part of me wants to be in my ideal place. I feel like I'm losing my ideal place slowly, and I think it scares me more than I like to admit. So I think that's all I have. I just had a really grueling day, a really grueling weekend, and my anxiety has been horrible. I try to hide it as much as possible, but there's only so much I can hide. So, anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. See you next time.